И здоровки. Ну чё, поехали. Значит, мы сюда прилетели. Наш кораблик. На самом деле я схалтурничал, и пока вас не было, я сгонял на планетку, на которой мы были до этого, и выполнил последнее задание, которое там оставалось. Оказалось, у меня в рюкзаке лежал шлем, который прибавляет навыки взлома, и как раз мне не хватало немножечко навыков взлома, чтобы открыть дверь и взять необходимый предмет. Ну вот, я ее надел, слетал туда, сломал замок, собрал штучку, отдал. Собственно, задание выполнено. Ничего интересного вы не пропустили.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick, I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses? He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this.
Gonna head to Vera's for whiskey and darts. Maybe not in that order.
А, это кто?
Going for a stroll around the docking base? Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
Морпехи это типа отдельные ребята от коллеги, насколько я понял, да? Окей.
The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, alright? You can't just insult my Ranger. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan? Only the finest group of tossball players ever to take the field. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of... That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Hey, not for nothing. But I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Captain? Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. See you around.
Много всего. Все надо посмотреть. И эта штука похожа на роботика из мультика Валли, которая ходила и за всеми так умирала. Не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не, опять насрали здесь. Очень похоже. Так побольше. В разы. Красть не надо.
Carry on.
Морпех, пехотинец, грузчики. Интересно все посмотреть, все-таки красиво все сделано. Старались. Так, грузчики, ну, больше нечего тут смотреть. Тут закрыто.
If you got a maintenance issue, take it to Chief Junlei. She's in engineering.
Тут что у нас? Хм. Ладно, я, кажется, понял, к чему идет. Ты нормальный мужик? Понятно. Заговор с целью заговора. Тикс.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. Everybody's got an ID. Oh, let me guess. You, left... You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker.
Sure did.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such... You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't... If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up some... You take the starch out of them? Well, oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Mutt, is there anything... You noticed. What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might... All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top and man... Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that... It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their... They got assault cruisers, gunships, and we push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a...
The board wouldn't do that.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about...
Так.
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care. Not that he would, being a board man and all. Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside, seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the land. Sure thing. The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left, make sure you bring an empty belly. Do you see any?
Так, мне открыли. А пропуска не дали. Ну ладно. То есть, ну, в смысле, не взяли пропуск. Вот так вот я его заболтал. Хотя я мог и пройти вот таким образом. Оп. Куда я попал, не знаю. Зачем, тоже не особо понимаю. Скелетик. Йорик. Ну, видимо, это все, что я должен был здесь увидеть. Плюс дополнительный способ попасть внутрь. Ну, допустим, я вошел через главный вход.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must... Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You and about 6 other enterprising maverick. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Do I? I'm not here for it.
Что ты там делаешь?
Hi there. Haven't seen you. What can Groundbreaker Security do? Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. Anything else? Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs... Her family's worked on it for...
What's she like?
good as she can be, I guess. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. They're run by Miss Hagen. I ought to warn you straight off. Scuttlebutt says some of the gets a mite boring at this desk, you know. Then I get to chatting too much and Commandant Sonia's got a reprimand. Oops!
Oh, don't worry.
Awful generous of you.
Так.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that?
Я могу маскироваться под морпеха. Зачем? Очень сложно. Главное, я не понимаю, как мне это включить. Что будет, если я войду? А, вот как это работает. Интересненько. Интересненько, интересненько. Что тут есть еще? Ладно, пойдем отсюда.
That maniac on Monarch still screaming into the comms board. Sick of it.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hard-working citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Так. Окей, сходим туда. Ключ-карта, отдохни и вали. Никто не видел. Пригодится, я думаю, мало ли. Что, идем дальше. Ух ты же, ёб твою мать. Чё себе? Рекламный дрон.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
О, как тут много всего.
You've been flying the outer systems route lately? Deader than a space mandatory out there.
Traffic's down all over. Even the inners are holding on to their manufacture. Exports are way down.
Their skip drive burned out. Couldn't get a new one for love nor money. Ended up selling the ship for scrap.
Стенгово, это ключ-карту, откуда я взял, по-моему.
Can we rent enough
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby... Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in... Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to... Of course, most of our supplies come and go. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mat. Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. Oh, you can't miss her, right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from.
Что тут у нас есть? Ну ладно, подтырим чутка. Почему бы и нет? Тише, тише. Ага. Чё-то я разворовался, малец. Ну ладно, никто не спалился, хорошо.
Now see here, I'm... What was I doing again?
Крыся. О, мусор.
Carry on.
А вот она. Вроде мы нашли. Я не брезгливый. Уютненько.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knock. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. and they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself... Anytime, sweetheart.
Ясненько. У меня ведь было почти 5000 битов этих. Не хочу выполнять ее задание. Хотя надо узнать.
Great. Yes. Anytime. Great. What are you... Groundbreaker's radiators. But neither fine nor... Miss Junlei's supposed to be getting them fixed. Chief Junlei Tennyson. Used to be she was chief engineer before her mama passed, and she took the helm. Bit straight-laced for my tastes, but... in between... This heat problem we've got's gone unfixed. The board can't abide a community that won't bend to... They've always got one scheme or another running, but it won't work. No, sir. Go. Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you. Because that's what the board tell. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide. Oh, I also need throw pillows stuffed with the hair of...
I'm not sure that's...
That's half the reason I'm... But that's not what you... That's right. Though for how long? Go. Any... It's all... Wanna...
Так. Я это не могу типа продать, да? Ну ладно. Ух ты, плазменный резак. Моя пушка 10 уровня стоит 6000. А, это не моя пушка. Это пушка, которую можно купить. Да, так я долго буду копить.
Ain't that just a treat? So, you know Edna, over in engineering? She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the ground. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. Can't say I know for sure.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board. Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her con. And if someone set up shop in Roseway... Maybe whatever they're hiding went to heck, and now they need a few spare hands. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I can find a buyer. bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. That handsome Bertie Holcomb's hair isn't exactly free after all. My goodness, aren't you quick on the up? Should you find yourself responding to a certain distress, then we ought to have a chat over a pot of... Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the... Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. You'll find her fretting in... Straight to the point, eh? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Чё?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to protect the township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed?
This place has a smell, right? Not just me. Like mold and old socks.
Your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products.
Забавно.
Hot day, isn't it? Like someone didn't quite catch. Glass ear. Sorry, there. Nothing to fear. Huh? Huh.
Смешно. Чё-то я не понял. Где там проход? Не, тут нет прохода. И тут нет прохода. Есть. Интересненько. Дневник бомжа. Тут что-то течет. Упс, куда это я попал?
I wish I could do that.
Это не к добру. Меня тут, походу, быть не должно.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
Оу, щет. Моя маскировка кончилась. И что делать? Оу, щет. Так, мне надо отсюда выйти. О, это мой шанс. Да иди уже.
What do you think you're doing?
Ничего не позволяю.
Just don't make more paperwork.
Does Dr. Mfuru ever take a day off?
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it, if you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of... I'm expecting our delivery fellow to stop through with medical supplies and service auto mechanicals. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates. Surgery mostly. Medical personnel. The board won't let their doctors and nurses station here. Everyone on staff here on Groundbreaker was... I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his... Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla. An asteroid. You look out, though. A place... Keep hanging. But... You have your...
Так, это все.
I'm sorry. See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let... Let me get one thing straight. Jesse and I are not friends. As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's a parent. You say that like it's weird. Like I said, Jesse did me a favor. I just don't... Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with...
Something... Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. We don't have the... We'd nearly signed as a... If only my other patients had so many inquiries. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my... Take care.
But you
To the last rat is on. What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop. Alright, okay. We can discuss. Seems I've gotta do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. You'd let a poor, ill woman get disappeared by the board? Awfully cold-blooded of you. Though I admire your backbone. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years. Udom was my buyer for when I'd acquired the diamond. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks, or I guess I should say, Ellie is... Let's just say she did me a favor.
Не буду я ничего делать. Вдруг она за ней шпионит.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. And sometimes I... Heard of it? My orientation Aether Wave showed that famous Saltuna cannery.
Yeah.
That's a Spacer's choice beer. Take what you have, polish it up, and So, look, I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. Not just because I'm legally obligated. I can see all of the top-quality merchandise. You would never ask. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Special. Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time. Sprout wash, mouthwash. Don't miss out on these. Trouble sleeping? Try our lunar eclipse mitt. The blast will send you through the stratosphere and the crash. Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated. At Spacer's Choice, we... Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think, now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of... damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to a brave. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all... Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make them... It's fine. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? Have a look.
Чума. Какая-то евросеть просто. Лол. Ложь +5. Чума. Не будем пока покупать всякого барахла. Оп. Оп. Никто не видел. И я ничего не брал. Так, здесь больничка. Так, пойдем посмотрим, что с этой стороны. Еще что-то нашел. Какое-то хитрое местечко.
Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't that... You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in a tiny bathroom with an overflowing toilet. Thanks again. What usually happens on this partially pressurized rust bucket? Well, actually two things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed when I came to clean... times. Ah, shit. That means I haven't clocked out in days. Song is gonna have... You're gonna shake me down after I was trapped in a shit cover... That all? Of course. Everyone on the ship's gonna hear about this.
Это кто такой? Ух ты. Прикольно. Жужелицы какие-то. Где я окажусь? Не знаю где, но здесь можно все потырить. Ну, почему бы и нет? Сейчас пойму, где я. Ага, я вот в этом отсеке. Что-то я еще хотел посмотреть. Куда ведет эта штука? А больше никуда. Здесь у нас повара. Здесь типа столовая. Сюда я пришел. Тут ничего нет.
Colonials are always itching for a fight.
Seeking relief from the heat till June. Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't... The radi... And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to... Couldn't say. And I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally. All I know is we're cooking in our own... They're supposed to gather up all the heat the systems generate, and instead of the heat going where it ought, though, it's... Weeks? Engineering. Chief, don't know what's... That's not for me to say. But if you're... There's nobody who knows more about the station's guts. Any system... She doesn't come around here often, though. Don't see her as much of a... Nothing...
Want anything else? Just flag me down.
Just keep coming around. This seats my berth for the night. How's business around the station?
Same as everywhere, I guess. The Mardet's been talking about rising crime rates, but
Собственно, тут все посмотрели.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? I got a full line of weapon modifications. Why, it gets you the weapon best.
All the better for performing a little percuss.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down. What if you like getting in what? Sorry, hon.
Огнемет. Так. Может, продать что-нибудь? О, что я тут подобрал? Тактический дробовик. Да в жопу его. Тоже не надо. И это тоже. Идем дальше. Сюда. Крысь. Почему бы и нет? Какая-то мусорка.
How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay?
Ну так вот. А, я тут был, да? Так, в эту сторону не ходил. Стрёмно. В смысле, а туда не пройти, что ли? Ладно, не буду пытаться даже. Хотя нет, пытаюсь. Серьезно. Ну да, туда не пройти. А это что за терминал? Паблик терминал. Упс. Не хочу туда. Ну что ж.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
Are you serious? I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you.
Какой усач.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my face? There's no need for hysterics. I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's you. I asked him to turn in Phineas Wells. He tells me he will soon. I impound his ship. He explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
Круто, я прочитал полезную информацию о том, что на коллегию надо давить, чтобы добиться своего. И использовал это в диалогах.
Did Alex tell you where Wells might be?
Мой мозг. Кто?
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, That's... well, that's just terrible news. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. That's not...
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do it. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree? I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can... Be... A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Good law, of course not. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate...
Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be... Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but deplorable conduct. Good law. Who'd want... No, emphatically. Best to be...
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreak. Better that than moving crates and...
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independence. When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yeah. Ask away.
Ладненько. Надо было мне за нее заплатить.
Wish I could say. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my... If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me... But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version. She helped me win a bet. We were on a smuggling run planet side when our point man bet me I could... And, as you can probably guess, the thing... Yeah, but... It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my...
Не знаю, нужна ли она мне в команде. С другой стороны, медик это хорошо. Она уже ушла.
If you're here for this week's match,
А что меня сюда ведет? Зря ли я ее в коллеги отправил? Сальный.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen. This unit dispenses proteins for your ingestion. This unit is programmed to shock simulation non-functional. Shock simulation restore how their shock subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increase. This unit dispense pro. Beginning dispense.
Это было забавно.
Reward offered for information leading to the capture of wanted terrorist Phineas Grimes. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
О, нет.
You look like some... We also have a line of specialized melee weapons. For those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull. Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family... I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on...
Still
betting on the tossball series? I know you were trying to stop.
If you're hungry, you've come to... There...
You know what sprats are? Sprat meat is plenty terror frying is a spacer's choice. Absolutely not. Boar, the other... Legally? But might be that the... Just... Fresh from... Not getting... Just...
Oh, fuck.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Sublight for life. Corporations never lifted a finger for me.
Что такое? Вот куда-то вниз. Я еще тут не все посмотрел.
This is
House XF411s? And an old Yakita...
Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate. Junlei better hurry up with those damn repairs already.
rest assured.
Почесать зубы.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats giving you trouble. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. The board isn't helping, and my resources are. Reasonable, huh? According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not every... The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned, and a haven. You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes. That means I'd have to negotiate with... Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls... I have. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. Nice and pragmatic. Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. Good. You're right, I don't. I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udom Bedford will do anything to... I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-out. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in...
Так, сначала дело.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Reports from concerned supervisors indicate...
Where the hell have you been, Private? You've missed 3 shifts without notice. I was fixing that toilet recently. The one above the Lost Hope.
Похоже, мне придется спуститься вниз.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company? A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Так, там еще был какой-то проход. Вот здесь. Туда же ведет или нет? Нет, не туда же.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for you the one flying. Sure, Miss Lily has been expecting Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on? These days, I stick to HQ.
Ow. Интересненько.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about sub... Not a word. Pity. My guy in marketing is about to lose his other. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship.
Oops.
Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize... Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set.
Just like in the
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. First, an embargo that's been active ever since the board pulled its forces off-world. Few regulate. I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. If there's anything else, these days the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our field is persuasive acquisitions. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes your words, not... Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things... Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to... Very. I have this thing. I like to think of myself as the last honest business...
Так, значит, нужно ключ было. Опа.
step in that direction, friend.
The back bays are...
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too...
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out. I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't...
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We were just sitting in a circle, sucking down exhaust fumes and toasting to the memory of our brain cells. Making this broken You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring trip... Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Lead ball. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. They rejected it again, didn't they? I thought I could take my fungus garden and go.
Rizzo's wouldn't know innovation if it bit him.
Kind of you to say, engine gal. You're a... Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded. And my baby got sold to... That's bureaucracy for you. Piracy... Am I your dark reflection? Shit. Must be getting up. You can come and...
Smells kind of like old nice telephone pipes.
Thanks.
Fred wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
What do you think? Hasn't got a heart? Not like us. This place is falling apart. Aura is like a disco ball in a black hole.
Liz gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
Так, одну деталь нашел. Ух ты.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. It may not sound like much, but take my word. Junlei sent me down to collect the parts we need to fix the radiators. McRed got me all distracted, sucking fumes and talking.
Ma'am, I don't mean to be a bother, but what's Miss Chief Junlei?
Maybe ask her yourself. It's been... I'll get back to my...
Отлично. Мне же не будут ее останавливать. Шик.
We got another complaint. People don't like worms in their shrooms.
Aw, they're just tilling the soil. My friend.
Find a new friend. This worm fixation is the bottom line.
The back bays are all the home we have, and the only home we need.
Тут нету. Или она всего одна?
It's so cozy.
Ну, я, похоже, взял все, что нужно.
Neighbor from a... Listen to the fire of those convictions. Alive or dead. Rare or medium. By flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick.
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. Keen eyes you got there. Sunita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal
Ого. Санта-Барбара. Тикс.
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the... There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight map.
Don't worry.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear.
Иди туда, сделай то. Шо, куда еще? Надо спуститься. Угораете, что ли? Я спать хочу уже.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. always fix them later.
Нормально.
Unexpected.
Incoming!
Что еще у меня? Ага.
That's the last of them!
Areas.
Incoming!
I have the parts in position on
Can't get past that armor!
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Что-то все, что ли? Ерунда.
This is Halcyon News.
My board's... The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew know. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
What?
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely...
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships.
Junlei is...
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if...
I'd be happy to make the time.
Right. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty...
Not a problem, Cap.
Oh, God.
Don't sell yourself short. We're always thirsting. You see any bite-sized Tennyson? The next captain won't have my hair. Sure is. That means... Appreciate it. There wasn't much... Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. I hope that was a joke, Cap. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stin that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. You got...
Тикс. Пойду-ка отдам. Штукенцию.
It just me, or has it been deader than usual now?
Rizzo's Triple-Berry Punch. You want it, bud? We got your punch right here.
How goes? Nothing excessive, mind you. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire... With that bastard McRed dead... We're the... The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from... Folks started calling us Mardettes because it was easy.
What can ground... This is the If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sonita. I'm not so good at filing. Folks are liable to... Sure, and stuff. That'd be awful weird. On account of you should... We can't just let any... You have done a lot for us, Captain. All right, I guess. In and out, though.
Ага, туда и обратно. Такие дела. Что еще я тут могу сделать? Лавка Глэдис. Пойдем-ка узнаем.
Rizzo's lemon.
Gracious. Yes, dearie? Shouldn't be too tough. It's almost...
Как там называется эта фигня?
gracious. I've got a lot.
Что за оружие? Импульсный молот, вот это что ли? О, вот оно. Вот оно что. Где оно? Орбитальный. А где находится капитанский терминал? А, кажется, знаю.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of wanted terrorists or any sightings from your local board embassy.
Smell that fresh air?
Так, не то. Вот. Нет, это не капитанский терминал. Где он находится?
CNP board worst. It's not the worst.
А, так это здесь.
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that long chats with Ada are not required every time the captain leaves the ship? Welcome back, Captain. How can I be? Yes, Captain. Beginning play.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No! No, no, no!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Rose. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are What part of the colony? Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale. Or it was. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like, say... Since you diverted power to the deserters, the botanical lab is thriving. However, Emerald Vale's cannery shut down. Thank you. Of course. What part of the colony? We're clear to dock with the groundbreaker if we're going there. I can, yes. Let me add. You are... I request...
Как много всего. Что я еще здесь не сделал? Что можно? Ну, так. Мне терминалом надо воспользоваться. Или вот это терминал. Нет, это навигационный терминал. Мне нужен капитанский. Это, по-моему, вот этот. Все, он разобрался. Понятно, где это.
See, we had a conveyor.
Rizzo's knocking out.
Не понял, как туда попасть. Теперь продают медикаменты. Да? Крутяк.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch. Rizzo's Purple Berry flavored power nuggets. Now with 12% more.
Да где это?
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka. Out the taste the rain.
Куда мне нужно зайти? Куда мне там надо пройти?
C&P chicken and potatoes. At C&P, we know our C&P. Rizzo's lemon snack. Stop your whole family tonight.
Не понимаю. А, нет, понимаю. Ага.
Somebody's trying to fix this up, but looks like they ain't been here in a long while. Poor little sweetie.
Ой, не-не-не-не.
Incoming!
Ух ты ж. Даже не знал, что сюда можно попасть. Блин. Так, я что-то могу надеть. Стоп. Точно.
Great work.
Шик. Что я там подобрал? Ну вот так. Пусть ходит с ним. Стоп, у него был ключ от этой двери, а я ее взламывал. Гениально. Ух ты. Не знал, что тут можно что-то менять. Так, все, надо закругляться.
Why was I built to feel ennui?
Че я хотел?
Welcome back. I prefer to think of it as being in a... When I... Traveling the system with... Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power? As you may be aware, in our travels together, Alex liked to... Oh, I know you are not the same Captain Alex Hawthorne who... I required you to assume Hawthorne's identity. I've since registered you as the captain of the I am relieved. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first?
Окей. Слетаем на Роузвей.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Don't they have anybody with pre-arrivals for paperwork or ticketing or anything?
Как у них тут дела? Походу не очень.
Captain, something bit them. Something with more teeth than a strip in this.
Оу, щит. А я в этом районе еще не был. Мне в любом случае сюда. Ладно, на этом, пожалуй, сегодня все. Дальше проходить буду уже в следующий раз. Клевая игра, мне очень-очень нравится она. Интересно, здесь много-много всяких сюжетных моментов. Очень проработанный лор там. И всякие сюжетные вот эти механики. Все переплетается, все зависит друг от друга, и интересно. Всем пока.